In the gloomy, suffocating silence of her estate, Eliza, once the glorious second queen, now stripped of her power, descends into a spiral of rage as she shatters her precious belongings, desperate to reclaim the authority taken from her by William, all while her heart burns with terror for her son Connor, trapped in a cold, distant prison. Regaining her composure, Eliza masks her inner chaos with a cold, noble facade, turning her focus to the venomous butterfly assassins who have accepted her bloody request, as she prepares to strike back at the kingdom that dares to keep her son locked in chains. Far away in the capital of Yadin, MacLean, the king-father, stumbles upon a shocking picture in a Baymardian newspaper. His ex-wife, Mother Winnie, whom he had cruelly cast away based on false pretenses, filling him with a sudden, painful wave of long-buried regret. The night air is thick with the scent of an impending massacre. 2,000 men lurk in the dark forest, waiting for their target, as Captain Shy prepares to execute an ambush that he believes will secure his standing with the temple, unaware of the trap closing in on him. A thunderous, unnatural roar shatters the quiet of the night. The ambushers are caught by a mysterious, overwhelming force that turns their calculated attack into a nightmare of fire and flying debris, leaving their lines broken and their bodies scattered across the bloody forest floor. With the chaos of the explosions as their signal, Astar and Sirius leap into the fray, turning the hunters into the hunted. Astar, despite his playful complaints about being forced to use a sword, sheds his innocent persona to reveal the ruthless strength of a true warrior. Every blow struck by Astar is calculated and lethal. He weaves through the chaotic battlefield like a force of nature, using his enemies' weapons against them, leaving a trail of broken men and silenced screams in his wake as the forest floor becomes a graveyard. Finally, the master of the trap arrives to claim his prize. Landon steps into the circle of 300 hostile men, his calm, mocking smile infuriating Captain Shy, who sees only a man walking to his own death, oblivious to the power he is about to face. Arrogance fills the giant, Harry, as he rushes forward, certain that his size will crush this mysterious opponent. He underestimates the man before him, unaware that he is about to challenge a legend who has never known the meaning of defeat. With a flick of his wrist and 2 fingers, Landon arrests the momentum of the giant's sword, freezing the battlefield in a moment of pure disbelief. Harry struggles to move his weapon, but it holds fast, like a mountain rooted to the earth. Unleashing the rushing mountain, Landon becomes a blur of motion, dual swords moving with the speed of wind. His opponents fall like wheat before a scythe, each slash ending a life with effortless precision, proving that playtime is officially over. Driven to the brink of insanity by Landon's untouchable grace, Captain Shy turns his bow on his own soldiers, firing wildly in a desperate, futile hope to stop the carnage, unaware that his brutality only hastens the destruction of his remaining force. The tide turns permanently as Shy makes his final, desperate gambit, only to be met by Landon's crushing counter-strike. The powerful captain is sent flying like a discarded doll, his bones shattered and his pride thoroughly dismantled by the man he once sought to kill. Weeks later, the wonders of Baymard beckon. Baron Jacob and his companions travel the smooth, magical roads leading to the capital, their skepticism vanishing into thin air as they behold a level of organization and prosperity that seems nothing short of divine creation. Inside their hotel, the travelers are shaken to their core by the television screen, which beams the news of the tyrant Landon Barn's demise, a revelation that forces them to confront the reality of a changing world where the old empires are crumbling before their very eyes. The city of Baymard wakes in a frenzy of celebration. It is Baymard Day, the anniversary of the king's coronation, and the streets are overflowing with joy, colorful stalls, and an infectious, electric energy that has gripped every citizen in the capital. Landon stands before the cheering masses, golden scissors in hand. With a sharp snip, he marks the launch of the historic hot air balloon rides, signaling a new era of wonder where man will finally conquer the sky and rewrite the boundaries of their world. Before boarding, Landon steals a tender moment with his princess, Lucy, his affection for her on full display for the city to witness, a public declaration of love that serves as the heartbeat of the celebration, even as the younger onlookers share a knowing, playful glance. The giant basket lifts, defying the earth beneath them. The passengers hold their breath as the world shrinks, the sensation of flight washing over them in a heady mixture of fear, wonder, and the exhilarating realization that they have truly reached for the heavens. In the shadows of the world, a different kind of gathering unfolds. 15,000 masked men wait in the dark, silent depths, their presence a testament to the hidden influence of the temple, as they prepare to divide the spoils of a world they intend to conquer. The auction begins in the dark, as fraction leaders bid for the districts of Baymard, blind to the fact that they are fighting for a city that will never bow to them. The temple's ambition is vast, but they are playing a game against a king they do not understand. The system presents a new mission, the creation of airports and runways, a task that ignites Landon's imagination. He is no longer just building a city, he is architecting the future of an entire continent, turning the impossible dreams of flight into a tangible reality. In Dayfrus, the demonic fairy Eldora Tudor sits in silent judgment. She is a princess of beauty and cruelty, a woman who rules through the fear she harvests, plotting the demise of her brother and the theft of the throne with the cold precision of a serpent. Eldora wraps herself in the guise of the doting daughter, weeping for her dying father, Julius. The old king, blinded by love, remains oblivious to the viper coiled at his side, as she gently manipulates his final decisions to secure her own ascent to power. Back in Riverdale, Landon enlists the help of Yusha and his astronomers. He knows that to command the skies, he must master the weather, and these men are the key to unlocking the secrets of the winds that will guide his future planes home. The earth is broken, and the foundations are laid. The airport project begins in earnest, a monument to a vision that will bridge empires and shrink the distance of the world, marking the end of one journey and the exhilarating beginning of another. With every brick laid and every plan drawn, Landon edges closer to his destiny, building not just a kingdom, but a legacy that will soar among the clouds and define the history of the continent for generations to come, as the era of flight begins.